Hey guys, what's up? It's Logan from The Lasting Hope. I'm coming at you today with some exciting news. We are going to be releasing a song called Lead Me on November 20th. This is the first time we released a song since last November. So it's been an entire year. Obviously, you've seen things on our social media. We've been doing other things. Tanner's released some solo music. I've released solo music. Braxton is a TikTok star. If you don't know, by this time, he'll probably have a million followers on TikTok. If not, go check him out. It's pretty insane. So we've all been just doing different things in life, and now me and my wife are also doing some worship music. But the lasting hope is still a thing. It's still around, and we're still releasing music. And I'm thankful to say this is our 10th year. This December 31st will be 10 years for the band, which is absolutely insane. So we had to celebrate our 10 years with the song that is something that I always kind of dreamed about having, and that is that this song has a guest feature by the Jason Dunn. Uh, if you know who Jason Dunn is, you're going to be stoked already. If you're not sure of who Jason Dunn is, Jason Dunn was the original singer for the band Hawk Nelson. He's the founder of Hawk Nelson. You may recognize him for the songs like Bring 'Em Out, Live Life Loud, Crazy Love, their earlier stuff, California. Everything they ever did pretty much had a giant influence on me. Um, Smile is the End of the World was their second album, and there's no other album that has had more influence on my writing, on my musical taste. Um, that was it. Jason Dunn was my biggest hero. And the craziest thing is our paths kind of started aligning later on through life. I first saw them when I was about in fifth grade at Spirit Song, Kings Island. They were still like touring their first album back then. And then I saw them again in eighth grade when the Smile is the End of the World album had just come out. And the way that he put on a show, the way that he was so energetic with the crowd, it was the coolest concert I had ever been to, and it made me want to be in a band. Before I had already picked up a guitar a little bit, but I didn't have any desire to be in a band. Soon after that, I met Craig. Obviously, a few years down the line, we start The Lasting Hope. And then, crazy enough, 2013, we signed to, we opened up for Jason at a local festival in Lexington, Indiana, um, which was pure luck how we got it. Well, kind of, we knew a guy named Tony who hooked us up, and some things aligned. We opened for Jason. Jason at that time was signed to a management company called EOS Artist Management. If you know about our story, we signed to them that same year. So for a while, us and Jason were on the same management company for just a split amount of time. I got to talk to Jason at the show. He was super encouraging. He hung out with us, he talked to us, and that left a huge mark on me as well because at that time we had been doing music for a year and a half, 2 years, and never really got to open up for any artists. And so for it to be like kind of my hero and him to take time to talk to me kind of set the precedent for how I wanted to be perceived if we ever played with other bands. He was super encouraging to me. He stayed and watched our show. He stage dived at our show, um, and yeah, that left a large impression on how I view how artists should be. They're people, and he exemplified that. Um, I'm holding this cup of coffee like I'm gonna take a drink real quick. It's getting cold because I've held it there the whole time. So anyway, he was just a huge influential character on me. Uh, he started some solo music, if you guys followed him, and now he's a worship leader. And so I reached out to Jason at the end of the summer because I wanted to kind of go back to the TLH roots. Our last album, Feedback, um, was definitely in the pop range, and that's kind of the reason why you see Tanner and I both putting out solo music that sounds a little bit like Feedback. We were both kind of getting into that. We put out Enemies, and we just kind of decided just to kind of chill for a little bit, and we played a couple shows, but obviously 2020 happened, and nobody's playing shows. So during the first initial shutdown, I had a couple conversations with Nancy from EOS Artist Management that I mentioned that we were signed to. Us and Jason were signed to at the time back in 2013. Just kind of catching up. She's an active member on Patreon, and she's, more importantly, an active friend someone who I think of as, family. And everybody at EOS during that time, it's just like that was just a crazy time in our life. So I'm thankful. I know that I'm going everywhere in this video, but stay with me. And I was having a conversation with Nancy, and we just kind of talked about what would be cool for TLH is just to kind of go back to our roots. And honestly, I've missed playing guitar. I just picked up a guitar today that I've had in my closet forever. That I haven't done anything, and I've just missed playing guitar. I've missed playing rock. And so I messaged Jason and was like, man, you were the king of just making songs that didn't take themselves too serious, but they were, still definitely, they still definitely glorified God, but they were fun. And I just wanted to make some fun songs. And so we worked on a couple. There's a couple on Patreon right now that is directly from that conversation. And then Jason sent me this chorus of this song called Lead Me, which is what you guys are going to hear on November 20th. And he sent it to me, and it was kind of like an acoustic thing, and I was like, this is cool. This has a lot of potential. I took it, spent 2 months reworking the song, putting kind of how I make songs, my kind of like flavor. Still has some pop stuff in it, but I put over a Marshall Stack, which is a big guitar amp, on these choruses, and I wrote some lyrics for the verses that they just meshed super well with what Jason had said, and I think where we've both been in life, and where we're at right now. It's super cool. I am very blessed to get to work with Jason. I'm going to share some pictures. This is a 2013 picture of 2013 picture when we opened up for him, and then a little while later he was super encouraging and replied back to me in a message where he kind of told me to keep pressing on, and I did. And thankfully, because of encouragement like that, because of people who got behind us and supported the band, I was able to do this Lasting Hope thing for a living for multiple years. And although that we're not doing it like that anymore, the Lasting Hope is still much a thing, and we've got music on the way, and I think you guys are really going to like this. I've not been this excited for a song, even my solo stuff, in a very long time. So if you've missed our rock stuff, if you've missed anything Jason Dunn, this is original Jason Dunn. Like, this is Jason Dunn from those first albums. This is Letters to the President, Jason Dunn. It's cool. I am a fan of the song, not just because I'm on it and I wrote it with Jason, but because it's an awesome original Jason Dunn sounding song. Anyway, thank you guys so much it's been 10 years, and there's some of you guys who have been there since day one, and I can never thank you enough. Some of you guys saw us in 2010 when we were the worst band in the world. We still hold that ranking, so nobody else tried to take it. And you saw us in our peak, and when we were able to tour the country and do this for a living. And now you're seeing us as grown-ups who are kind of doing our own thing, but the Lasting Hope is still much in our hearts, and it's still something we're still doing. And that's because of you guys. Special thanks to those who are on Patreon. I'm in my recording studio right now, which is something I never thought I would get to say, but because of the patrons and everything that you guys have done, you were able to help us in 2016 move from having to travel to Nashville all the time to create music to being able to create it right here in my home. And it's been the biggest blessing of all time. So with that being said, November 20th, brand new song, Lead Me, featuring Jason Dunn. If you have a local radio station that plays Christian music, let them know. We're coming for you. We're excited about this. If you have a Spotify playlist, or if you have Spotify in general, please go pre-save. The links are going to be down below. Pre-save the song. This is going to help us get on Spotify generated playlists, which helps the song get out there. If you guys hear the song, I think you're going to want it to. It's got a great message. And as a Jason Dunn fan, as an old Hawk Nelson fan, this is a dream come true, and I'm excited to get to share it with you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you later. If you haven't ever, if you're just watching this now, like and subscribe to this channel. That would help us out a lot. Thanks, guys. I'll follow. Yeah, I'll follow.
you never once turned your back on